will give me the rulers up here. My document's 8.5 by 11, but my art is too big. So I'm gonna scale this down using the S is for scale. Hold the shift key, making sure this is proportionate, because when you print this, it will not wrap properly if it's not scaled properly. And I actually think this is a little bit smaller. So make sure it fits your page properly. Then I'm going to lock that layer. So that's the label layer. Now these are the three that I really liked. If I put any of these on here, you can see my design's too busy. So a couple ways to fix that. I'm going to make a copy of this by holding the Option key. And for now, just so you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to fill that with a different color and give it a heavy stroke weight. So I'm stroking the type, right? You can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to really exaggerate that stroke and make sure that the stroke is on the outside here. So you can see what's happening. And also make sure in my stroke palette, everything is rounded edges. Hopefully my computer is a little bit slow, but now you can see it's really round and you can't see it. Now, if I Command X is cut and select this, Command B will paste behind. So now when I drag it behind, it fits that shape. So what that does is when I grab both of these, now I have sort of something that sort of outlines a little bit, and I can rotate this. Oh, everything's very slow. My computer is working very slowly today. So I'm going to rotate that, grab the pen tool, and it's a little bit big, so I'm going to scale it down. S return. Let's try 75 maybe. This is just how I'm doing this. Okay, and I still think this is hard to read, so I'm going to select that and change my fill color to white. That's a little bit better, but actually, as much as I love this font, it's really hard to read. So I'm going to not do that one. So let's go to this one. This one's a little bit better. So let's go here. And again, same thing. Now this time, instead of doing this, which I could do, I'm going to show you how to do a couple things. First, copy and paste. I'm going to create what's called a drop or cast shadow. So again, I'm going to fill this maybe with red, that one, and then if I overlay these, and then with my arrow cursor, that gives me sort of a drop shadow. Now with the ellipse tool, I'm going to draw a really thin oval. I'm going to keep that black and make this type on top white. So now when I grab both of these, I'm going to Command X is cut. Command F is paint in front or paste in front, so that's on top. Now I want to rotate this to fit behind there and also mimic the shape of this label. So I'm now distorting this oval, S with the scale tool, and maybe rotating it a little bit. I'm just manipulating. And I also want to grab this. I could keep it an oval, but now I'm really playing with these little handlebars. I don't know if I like this, but let's keep going. So this is better because I have that white and red layer a little bit offset, and maybe I'll give this black oval a stroke that's a little bit heavier. That looks pretty nice. But let me just show you one last thing that I really love is I love this font. Again, it contrasts with my background. And the other thing too is if I copy this, I'm going to make this into more of a circle. So I have spider on the top, but instead of cafe, because it's so small, I'm going to make it coffee. It's a little bit more words. Now, to go a little bit more advanced with this, I'm going to take this, bring it around to the bottom, and pull my arrow up so that my type is now inside. Now, going with my character bar, and I go to, not hide options, show options, I'm going to right here, if I arrow up, it moves it in. If I arrow down, it moves the baseline, which is where the text sits. So if I go negative, it's going below that line. But now my letter spacing is super wide. So I'm going to option arrow close to the left to close that up. Now I have two separate layers for my spider, but now I've made this kind of cool shape with my spider coffee. So from here, whoops, let me just grab these two. From here, again, it's conflicting. So what I'm going to do, hold the Option key, and do the same thing I did up here. I'm going to fill that with the red, give it a red stroke, make it really heavy, round out the edges, make sure the stroke is on the outside, make it fatter. Command X is cut, select this. Command B is pasting behind that. So now when I drag it, it goes behind it. Now the black is hard to read on this, so I'm going to make this fill white. That looks a lot better. Now I'm going to rotate this as a unit so that it fills, and I need to scale it down. Let's scale this uniform again. Let's go 75 for now and see. Oh, that fits pretty nice. Now I kind of like that there's this spider web here. I already let me see, did I save it on my desktop? I already made it. I'm gonna put a little spider here, but those are my 3 options. Let me see if I can find this really quickly, because I know I saved it to another, let's see, marking period 2, always, oh, it's here, final designs. Let's go here, zoom out, sorry. So I already took the time to draw this spider here, and I'll show you that's kind of where we're going next when we get to logo design, how to start doing some of that stuff. So if I wanted this to, again, let's try this. I'm going to make this more noticeable by making this stroked white. We're going to make it really fat. Now you're not going to be able to see it very well, but when I cut and paste behind, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut and paste in front. Now you can see there's a little bit of an outline, so maybe I'll make this a little bit smaller so you can at least see it a little bit better on that spider web. I'm not sure if I like that or not, but either way, I have two nice options. This font, as much as I love it, too hard to read, but I think this one is easiest to read, so I may, as much as I love my little spider illustration, I think my final design will be this. So I think all of you are going to have the same issue with conflicting designs with your typography logo. Again, I'm going to make this even smaller so I don't cover my favorite part of my art, which is my Spider-Man and my spider. That's it.